Tomorrow, also known as December 1st at 8 o'clock,
Mama's Christmas, hosted by Proud Mom.
Magnetic Heaven will be performing.
Link in the description. Come out, start the Christmas season off right.
I'll see you there.
Chasing down a daydream for most of my life. Got John, Paul, George, and Ringo, yeah, they're calling my name. Got Jimmy in the corner with a smile on his face. I'm fine, hell, I'm terrified. Oh, how crazy life can be. Oh, but I don't wanna think of all the possibilities. I like the way you put your elbow on the table when you're tired. I like the way you hold my hand to tense to clam up and start a fire. Naming off the reasons why I need you in my life. I'm tired of losing long haul people carrying the weight of the stars. And they'll tell you it's an art. Endless thoughts, they swallow me whole. Oh, but God, I'm so lonely. Oh, won't somebody hold on to me? No. I used to give away my life to you, baby, but where you going? I wanna be there too. I used to give away my life to you, but where you going? I wanna be there too. I used to give away my life to you, baby, but where you going? I wanna be there too. I used to give away my life to you, but where you're going? I wanna be there too. I never thought that I would find a perfect pattern in your smile, but here I am again, wrapped around your finger. And baby, will you stay a while?
Ladies and gentlemen,
Introducing.
Magnetic Heaven. For the second time, but a little bit more professional this time. Nina,
Sure.
Aaron, Taryn, welcome to the show again.
Thank you.
So just for a recap for everybody, our first interview band type podcast was with y'all. So thanks to y'all, because we wouldn't be doing this whole thing if we hadn't have had that experience. And so I know y'all met at the Belmont Day and all that.
Oh yeah.
And now y'all are here.
Yes, that's the day. I invited myself. Aaron already had a roommate, and I was like, it's cheaper if there's 3 people. Can I jump in? And this was before I even got to know her, and she was like, okay.
I was like, hey, it's cheaper. I'll do it.
And we got a big room.
So. Yeah, it was huge.
You're welcome, Aaron.
That's nice. Yeah. Because we did not have a big room.
And
we had
3
3
people.
Yeah,
Ooh,
so,
you're one of those.
Yeah, it was rough.
Yeah.
5 people in 1 bathroom. So
We make good use of it though.
I saw y'all went to, or at least the 2 of you went to emo night at Exit In. How was that?
Yes. It was life-changing, honestly.
Absolutely incredible.
Amazing.
I didn't know it was a thing. My coworker told me about it, and I was like, we have to go. And
we're definitely going back.
yes, and Erin jumped up on that stage when her favorite song came on, and I was
Yeah,
like,
I
oh
saw
my
the
gosh,
picture
this
of
is
that.
incredible.
Actually, I was on stage for every My Chemical Romance song.
Yes.
Hey, there you go. Is that your favorite emo band?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about y'all? Do y'all have a favorite?
There's a lot, but they didn't play, like... I feel like the playlist could have been better.
Mm-hmm.
I was expecting, like... They played one AFI song, and I was like, just one.
Could've
It's
used
fine.
a little more.
Yeah, a little bit. But overall, it was a fun experience.
All right. Well, tell us about Levi and Lulu. Who are they?
Oh my god. Well,
I don't really know Levi.
Sadly, Nina and
They're
I are
allergic
really
to
allergic to
cats.
cats. So
Oh,
it's
really?
almost it sucks because he's adorable, but you know him more.
I mean, I'm
as-
like slightly allergic, but I can handle it, and I love cats, so I just kind of like push through it.
Yeah.
He's a great little guy. He's feisty. You can only spend about 30 seconds before he starts biting.
like nothing at your
you.
feet. Yeah.
Yeah. But
And Lulu is just
Lulu's the sweetest dog
my
ever.
God, that
She's
girl.
Jack Russell, but she's the chillest.
she's got such a personality. I don't know how to. You just have to be around her for like more than 30 minutes, and you'll realize who she is as a dog.
You know everything about her history.
7, 6,
Favorite color.
She just had her birthday in
yeah,
September.
6 or 7. We had a whole birthday party for her.
We did.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
Well,
Did she have a cake or anything
She
like that?
had Oreos, doggy Oreos.
Very
Emil
nice.
put that sweater on her the other day, and it was adorable.
Yes,
it's
the
like a
puffy
little
one
hood,
that makes it look like a
and it looks
teddy
like a bear.
bear.
Yeah, she
How did she react to having a
She
sweatshirt put on?
loves it.
That's
She
nice.
freaks
She-
out and runs around and shakes and.
She has a whole like Harley Davidson outfit.
Oh my God, I remember
Yeah, like the hat
great.
and the leather jacket. Yeah, it's
We actually just got a dog like a week and a half ago.
Congratulations.
So, yeah.
how's that going?
Great.
A lot of work, but
What kind
yeah,
of
we're
dog?
enjoying it for sure. She's like a beagle pit bull mix. Yeah.
That's like the cutest.
She's sweet.
Okay.
She
I'm
has
gonna
her
have to
moments,
come
though. She
hang
goes
out
to
with this
time
dog.
out.
Definitely. In terms of individually for the three of you, because I know you each have obviously different musical tastes, just give me a couple examples of different people you like individually. I guess we can start with Nia.
Amy Winehouse for sure. I'm really, I guess like my roots or what I've listened to throughout my life is a lot of soul music, like Joss Stone as well. And with the music we've been making, it's kind of been transitioning, at least what I write, into like jazzy soul pop.
Yeah.
And you know, today there's a bunch of artists that are kind of bringing that sound back. The Christina Aguilera, oh my gosh, I totally,
Yeah.
how did I forget? All-time favorite, love her
it's
so
insane.
much. She's such a queen. Yeah, I feel like those would be...
What about guitar specifically?
Oh, Neil Schon. Hands down. Neil Schon is my favorite guitar player. Love him. He is incredible. Have you guys listened to the very first Journey album?
I don't think so.
Wait, Without
actually
Steve Perry?
really, really good.
Okay, I definitely.
Life
really good.
changing, highly
Yeah.
recommended.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Yes.
I grew up on a lot of singer-songwriter stuff. So I feel like that's where the majority of my influence is. You would be a better judge of that. Sometimes I'll like listen back to artists and be like, oh, that's where I got that melody from, or like, oh, that's why I sing things that way. But Yeba, what's her real? Abby Smith. Oh God, that girl. Oh, right in the chest. Abby Smith has always been a big influence. Joni Mitchell. And then just general artists, like you were saying, that more jazzy stuff that we're going toward now, I'd say like Tom Misch is a big influence for me. And then I think his name's Colin Miller. The last name might be different. But
Mack
just
Ayers.
Mack Ayers, yeah. Just that kind of like groovy vibe that you want. But it might change in a year.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
I feel like the Beatles too, I forgot to say.
Oh,
I feel
yes,
like that's like all of us. It's, like,
It's a
that's just-
given.
yeah,
It's a
that's-
given. Come
yeah.
on.
Yeah.
I grew up like my mom listened to a lot of jazz, and then my dad was very much like classic rock. So those definitely influenced me, and I still love listening to classic rock and jazz. But like specifically, I'd probably say like the Cranberries are a huge one for me. And then like as much as I kind of am not ashamed, but like it's kind of embarrassing to admit, but like My Chemical Romance totally influences me in some ways. Like
Yes, I feel that way about a little bit of Fall Out Boy and Paramore. Haley
Feel-
Williams.
oh,
is
Paramore
like,
definitely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll write and I'm like, oh my gosh.
It's like you don't really realize it
Am I
until you
Haley
write a
Williams?
song and you're like, that totally sounds like what I listened to, you
Yeah.
know, in high school and middle school, and you didn't even mean to do it.
It just happens.
Yep.
Now, backtracking, you said Amy Winehouse. I saw y'all put the cover out of Valerie.
Yes.
I loved it. I thought it was great. Is that y'all's favorite Amy Winehouse song?
That's a hard question.
You would know.
Okay,
Yeah, as
so
a fan,
Frank
I
is a
bet it
great
is.
record Fuck Me Pumps. I don't know why, but I love that song.
That is a great song.
It's such a good song. But I really like Tears Dry.
I was about to say.
Yes. Yes. I mean, I don't know. They're all... She's
really
great.
talented.
Those two, probably. And then, I mean, Valerie's definitely in, like, the top 5. For sure.
All right.
Loves a losing game.
Do y'all have any other covers planned right now?
Yeah, we have a whole list of them that we have. Should I break out the list? I haven't looked at the list in a while.
How do y'all choose which songs?
Kind of what we're feeling.
Yeah. We had the what was the first one we posted? Come Together.
Yes.
The Come Together one, we just wanted to do a Beatles one, and I don't even remember how we decided to do that one. We were just like, let's try it.
That's the one.
Yeah, we were thinking about it, and then I realized that we could do that really like jazzy spin on it that we did. That kind almost like pulled back version. Yeah, we have on here "Oh Never Knew" by Haim and "Music Soul Child," Florence and the Machine, Janis Joplin.
Aaron, you went to Oslo, Norway.
Yes,
And
yes.
so what was that trip like, and also how would you compare it to the United States, I guess?
Well, I went to Amsterdam, Oslo, and Bergen,
Okay.
and it was all amazing. Amsterdam was probably my favorite place, and not for the reasons that everyone probably thinks, but it was just
Those
a
don't
very
hurt.
creative place, and they're huge on music. I mean, there was like a music festival going on while we were there, but
What kind of stuff were they, like,
they do a lot of like
music
EDM there.
Really?
Yeah. So
Are you close to Germany there?
Oh God, I think so. Yes.
So yeah.
Don't test me on my geography skills. Right now.
This is a test.
But yeah, it's just a really cool place, and it's, I don't know. I know everyone who goes abroad always comes back and is like, it's such a different experience. It changed me as a person. But like, you do experience and you realize, hey, there's this entire world out there where it's completely different.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just a really cool.
What time of
experience.
year did you go?
We went in May.
Okay, so it wasn't too cold.
It was a little chilly, but really not that bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't they have a pretty big, like, metal scene over there?
Norway does, yes. That, I think, is where black metal originated.
Yeah, I think that's
if
right.
I'm correct? I don't know. Yes. Yeah, so that's another thing that's up there, but we didn't go into any black metal concerts. I was with my mother, so didn't know how she'd feel about that.
You have a guitar named Ronnie.
Yes.
All right. Do you have any other guitars? And if you
Yes.
can pick, which one's your favorite?
Okay, well,
I'd love to hear this.
I have 3 with me here in Nashville and 2 at home. That one is named Ronnie after my grandpa. So the newer one I got, I named it Lennon because I love that name so much. John Lennon, Lennon Stella, totally opposite. Okay, I'll just mix the 2. Oh my gosh, which one's my favorite? Okay, and then I have an acoustic named Marty. I named them all, by the way. I should probably. Yeah.
No, that's the way to go.
And then at home I have one named Nancy, which is a terrible name. Terrible. But
she's beautiful.
she's beautiful. Yeah. And then my Uncle Bob gave me a guitar. It is a Patriot something. There was only like a certain number of them made. So that's a really special guitar. But out of the favorite, I mean, I would probably say Ronnie for sure. Because I spent like months saving up for it. And I spent 5 hours in the guitar shop deciding if I wanted to buy it or not. And then the guy comes up and is like, oh, you're just in luck. This is on sale. And I was like, are you saying that? Or like, is it really on sale? And it was on sale from like $2,000 to $800. So I was like, sold.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Didn't you recently have some work done to him?
Not that one. I took the other one in and I put flat wound strings on it
Okay.
because it's an arch top, so it sounds really nice.
It does sound really good.
So it makes everything jazzy.
What kind of guitar is
It's a
Ronnie?
Ronnie's a Fender Strat.
Okay.
And then Lennon is a D'Angelico, and then Marty's Martin, Ivan Ibanez, and then the Patriot. I don't know why I can't think of the name,
That's okay.
but
It's okay.
yeah.
I'm getting old.
I am getting old.
Here's one. All right, so y'all put out the Phases EP, and the rest of your music, it's all single releases, and so you have like 10 songs on Spotify. And this question can kind of go in two directions, but the first one, what did you take away from making the Phases EP, and how is the process of making music that you're working on currently different from when you're working on that?
Phases was all stuff that we kind of had on file. I'm pretty sure. The only one well, that's not even on Phases. Let Me Be was like, World Remains also was original, but a lot of Phases was Erin's files from just random projects that she had started that we decided to develop a little further and kind of add a bunch of stuff to. And then like creating that for the three of us was when we realized that we could work together well because it was so easy and it happened so quickly. And then ever since then, Feel It Right was also from Erin. Stage 5 Clinger was Nina. Usually one person has one thing and then we topple everybody else on top.
Yeah.
It's been a lot easier for Nina and I to create together because we live together. But we still always send each other voice memos and stuff. I don't know if... I think the creative process just has kept flowing since then, so there's never really been a time where I'm like, oh, this has gotten easier. It was kind of just always easy.
Yeah.
Is it different? No?
Yes, yeah.
I think we know, I think we rushed a lot of things when it came to that EP because we wanted to get something out. Mm-hmm. But the process, you're right, everything, still comes easily to all of us, but because we were only together for like a month and a half before we put that out, we were like, who are we?
Yeah.
Like,
we hadn't
what
figured
is
it out
this?
yet.
We were
really
doing it
didn't
for
take the
fun in the beginning, and we're like, let's make this weird and trippy and like.
And we did,
dude.
and it was.
Yeah, and now we're like,
and then
people
we
say,
took
what
3
kind of music
months.
do you
Yeah.
play? I'm like, ooh. I don't know.
She's gotten better at guitar. My voice has changed. Her skill with bass and guitar has changed. Like, over the summer when we were apart, we grew individually as artists and then came back together and we're just even stronger. And that was nice to see.
Interesting experience.
Yeah.
Like,
it was
parting
weird.
ways.
I remember when
I saw both of them over summer, though.
Yeah.
Right.
I came to visit her.
They both came to visit.
Yes, because you can't not go to LA. Come on.
Yeah.
So I came to visit her, and I remember singing in the car and just being like, it's different. Like, I sound different. And even the first rehearsal back, I was like, I sound different. I'm sorry. I don't really know what's going on.
She had puberty.
Yeah. It was pretty
Nice.
late. Whatever. Late in the game.
Mad
about it.
And so the second direction, with the way you've released that one EP and then all the singles, why did y'all decide to go that route instead of holding on to all the singles and then putting out another project and another EP?
And are those singles going to be on a project, or are they just standalone singles?
Well, we originally had the idea to put them on a project, so we wrote the two. We went to a cabin. We just took a weekend, and we wrote 3 songs at this cabin, and our idea was to release
Those
one
3.
a month.
As the cabin sessions.
Yes. And they're all very different, so it's hard to say, like, oh,
This
put them-
defines us, because it doesn't really.
Yeah, they're all really different. I think the process of making them was something we wanted to show people, because we posted that behind the scenes of Stage 5, and, like, when you listen to the lyrics and watch that video, you're like, oh, it really is about bees. Like, get out of my way. Like, it's just, it was something that we really enjoyed. That we're
Even
like, hey,
mango. Mango
like,
we never really did anything with, but I was eating mango sorbet on the couch, and Erin had a file, and I didn't know what to do with it. They're like, write a song about mangoes.
She
And I was
goes,
like,
you ever think about the
Vinet.
taste of mango?
how
And
it's
I was
thick.
like, no.
Does that even...
And she's like, it's so
You know
thick.
what I mean?
And I was like, write a song about it. And then 5 minutes later, she's like, okay, what do you think? And I was like, okay, sure.
That was a good weekend. But coming off of that, release-wise, we would like to get that song that we did, Morning. We're trying to get that recorded right now and released as soon as we can. But we're also really focusing on live shows and kind of like getting our sound really solid so that
definitely.
we can play out more and have more people listening when we release things. The reason why we released them as singles is just because it was easier for us, I think, rather than being like, hey, here's 3 songs. It was like, hey, here's one, and here's another, and oh, look, there's
just
you know.
keep having
Yeah.
Yeah, that
something.
was
I
our
think-
way of kind of keeping a presence while we were
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
in different
It
places.
was really, really hard. We couldn't,
sure.
like, there was no way for us to play over the summer, which sucked. We got asked to do a few things, and that was
Yeah.
the worst part, was having to turn down gigs, but we're back.
I think, we have, like, a big catalog now.
Yeah.
So I think,
We'll
just
something else.
Yeah, something will come out, but I think a couple more singles.
Yeah.
And then something.
I'm not really sure. What do you want? Like,
What?
do you want an album?
Yeah, let
Yes.
the audience anything. Hit them up on social media.
Yes.
Let them know.
DM us. What do
want.
you guys want?
Mm-hmm.
So with Stage 5 Klinger, you might be able to expand on this a little bit. How did you decide to go with kind of more a lo-fi kind of sound with it? Because it's kind of got a cassette-y, and the vocals kind of got the telephone.
Oh, yeah, they do.
So when I started writing the song, I was like, ooh, this is just like, I pictured it as like a music video or something of like an old diner and like the women, like just like a classic like vibe or something.
Yeah,
so
sure.
I started writing it like that, and that's how I kind of put the effect on the guitar. And then when we recorded it, I put that amp over Taryn's voice. And so the demo we have is very kind of classic lo-fi like that. And then when we gave it to Ross to mix and stuff, she told him we wanted to sound like it's coming through like a Victrola.
He did an incredible job on that track. His name was Ross.
And all of the stems we sent him were like so
rough.
Yeah.
Recorded in this cabin
Ross.
that's like next to the freeway, so a lot of extra sound going on. But it sounded great. You did a great job.
But I think once we put the two together, we were like, hey, let's
why
just
not?
make it. Yeah, like why not? Because it's very different from Feel It Right or the other one. So we're just like, why not? While we have music that's different out, let's just continue.
And it's like an interlude almost. Like
it's
2
short.
minutes.
It's just a cute little
like just listen to it mindlessly and then go about your day.
In terms of your name, I know that we talked about this the last time, but give us the story of how you got the name Magnetic Heaven.
Aztec Two-Stepper, one of the songs on the EP, is a song I wrote about all of the records that were hanging up on my wall in my dorm. I just bought a bunch of 50 Cent and under records from McKay's and kind of wrote a song.
Shout out McKay's.
Yeah, really. Wrote a song about what they looked like or what they said on them, and Magnetic Heaven by Wax was one of those albums. So the line that says, "Welcome to my Magnetic Heaven" is from that cover.
All right, so went through a lot of topics, and so I think we're gonna wrap it up right there. But Magnetic Heaven.
Thank you guys.
Thanks for having us.
Morning, it could be morning, baby, it could be
Keep going.
When he grew up, he was always pushed around, never left a shirt untucked. Ain't nobody ever let him down, but he's gotta keep moving. Gotta keep your distance, prove me wrong, boy. On the outside, taken to the highest heights, and it's so nice to a love we couldn't find. Feel him right. His baby left this town. She said, "Oh no, hon, I'm never going back." But she grew up way too fast, and she's never known a love and not a better man. Oh, on the outside, taken to the highest heights, and it's so nice to a love we couldn't find. Feel him right. When I left this town, I said, "Oh no, love, I'm never going back." And sure, I grew up fast, but I never knew a love and not a better man.
Make sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Spotify.
For all new releases
Yes.
and new content.
Oh, and YouTube.
Yes,
Kevin.
we do have YouTube, and if you have any suggestions for covers or other things you'd like to see us doing, please let us know.
Hit the DM.
Yes, as they say.